Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is well. Welcome back to another week here at Financial Hub. I'm your host for today, CK, and today I want to talk about a couple of things. It's financial markets. I don't have a class today. It's Monday. Right now is 10 a.m. And today is not, this time today is not London Open. Today is not London Open at 10. London Open is in the next 1 hour at 11. So if you're in Kenyan time, London session is going to open in the next 1 hour. I'll explain this in the video. It's part of what I want to talk about. Another thing I'd like to say early, watch this video to the end to get access to a free giveaway that we have this festive season. Now that we're going into November, which is, I've traveled quite a lot. I've seen in the UK, US, we normally have what we call Thanksgiving. In Kenya, not really that much. In Kenya, I think we have Black Friday. No, actually that's global, but we normally have Black Market month for the month. But for us, we also have giveaways. We have black market offers and all that are coming up. But watch this video all the way to the end and get access to a free giveaway that we have running, that we'll be doing frequently. So there's a giveaway here. If you go to our Instagram channel, we have a bigger giveaway, which is of our coming course, which we've been talking about, and I know the delay has been there, but it's going to come out soon, and soon as it lands, you're going to get access to that. But we're rolling it out, starting to talk about it, and there's going to be a giveaway on that product as well that is coming up and to be launched later on, hopefully this month. Next year also we have something planned. We want to change things up, and I said I've been talking about this many times. We have something new that's coming up, something that's going to revolutionize the industry, something that is going to help you grow as a trader. Not only you, but me myself. We've been training with Ken for the last 5 years, and now we want to take things up a notch. We didn't want to become traders for the rest of, we didn't want to become teachers for the and just teach Forex. We also want to help people become good traders, build trading companies, build people who can trade in those companies. We can't trade alone. So next year we have things that are coming up that is sort of building up towards that goal that we have towards the end. So we want to change our things, our products, the way they are. We're going to revolutionize it and change it. Kabisa. We want something new, something refreshing, something that hasn't been seen in the industry. Okay, so be tuned for that. I'll be talking much about it in my later videos that are yet to come and all that. So for those who don't know, our Discord and our social media channels for the giveaways that will be coming on there, links are below. Okay, Financial Hub Forex Academy, but the clicks are below, so you can click on it if you're not familiar. Follow us, you have to be a subscriber, and also a follow on our social media groups to get access to this Sasa. So for today's video, I want to start talking about a couple of stuff, time zones, why London Open has changed and New York Open is still at 4:30 Kenyan time, and how it's going to change next week. So I want us to talk about that so that you guys can be up on speed to the market, okay? And also talk about elections that are coming up very soon. Next week we have the US elections, so I want to talk about that and my insights on that. Look at the market a bit, a trade that I took, how it fared, a trade that I missed, how it fared, and this is part of the market. There's a trade that I took that I didn't take that worked perfectly all the way to the target. There's a trade that I actually took. Market was a bit slow, didn't get that momentum, and eventually ended up falling. Gave some more entries on the lower side to go back up, but it was very, very wary. You know that thing they say, do not average your losses. Okay, what does that mean? Do not scale into your losses, and many people do that. The more market is going down, the more they're like, let me enter again so that I make a bigger return when it comes back up. When it goes back to entry, I'd have returned already this loss that I was making. No, averaging losses is not a strategy that works well, especially for short-term traders. If you're a long-term trader, you have big capital and you're not risking too much, then you can go averaging, because it's not, you can't get a perfect bottom, you can't get a perfect end. So I normally see people doing what's called dollar cost averaging, and that's what I do with my crypto market. I always dollar cost when I'm getting into the market. I never buy at a low point and say this is the level I expect. So I'm not really attached to a certain level or market. I have a whole zone that I'm looking to buy. Any price that I get within that zone is a good entry zone. So I'll talk about a couple of those stuff, but let me not talk too much. So let's get straight into the video and enjoy yourself. So there we go. first things first, if you haven't watched our latest 2 podcasts, which we had disappeared for quite some time, and we came back with episode 88 and 89. This dropped 1 week ago, and this just dropped 23 hours ago, where we open up about our personal trading lives outside trading. And this is where we have been. I've seen a lot of people asking where our partner went, status, and all that. We talked about it in this video, and where we have been, what we've been working on. And then here, we've just talked about our personal 8-year journey of what we've learned in the Forex market ourselves and what we're building towards. So go watch it. Link is also below, so make sure to click on the link below to get access to that. And before I go far, if you haven't seen our trivias that have been running for the past couple of weeks, it is due time you watch it. So watch this one that is here and let us know what you think about it. Enjoy.
In which year did World War II end?
1945.
What's the square root of 144?
12.
Yes.
Okay.
Which famous scientist developed the theory of relativity?
Einstein.
What is the main ingredient in guacamole?
Avocado.
Time. What's that time? Rock, paper, scissors.
Inua hiyo mkono.
Inua hiyo mkono. Who wrote the play Romeo and Juliet?
Shakespeare.
What is the hardest natural substance?
Diamond.
Buda kuchambia aje.
Who was the first president of the United States?
Benjamin Franklin.
Wrong.
Lincoln.
No. George Washington.
Yes. Inua mkono.
Inua hiyo mkono. Who is the longest serving British monarch in history?
Elizabeth.
Yes. Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth.
Of course, Queen Elizabeth.
Okay. Who was the first woman to serve as Chancellor of Germany?
Merkel.
Jinx. Rock, paper, scissors. How do you guys know that? What is the name of the European Union's parliament?
ECB.
It's called
The European Parliament. Who was the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom?
Theresa May.
No.
I know. I know this name. Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah.
Margaret Thatcher.
What is the chemical symbol for gold?
XAU.
No.
XAU.
Chemical symbol.
It's
I didn't
XAU.
ask you for the financial. This is the last question.
Okay.
Mko? You're this side. Which country? Which country is home to the Great Pyramid?
Egypt.
Jinx. Rock, paper.
I win. More questions? Hey, Satai. So there you go. It was quite lively, quite competitive. You can see how Ken was struggling on a few things. I was struggling on a few things. I don't know how I didn't know Washington. But first, one thing's for a fact. If you watch that video and you can watch it again, I actually won. Yes, we came out to draw, but I actually won in the end. If you look closely, when we started, Ken had one book already on his hand. So I don't know if my editor or the person who was asking the question decided to cheat the game. They asked the first question, and I can't forget. They asked, who built the mobile phone? And I remember I said Bell, Graham Bell. And that's why Ken had that one hand lifted. So anyway, not to snitch, it was a draw. It is what it is. So we have Team CK, Team Ken. If you've watched all our trivias, so far Ken has won 1, I have won 1, and we have drawn 2. So pick a side, Team CK, Team Ken, and let's see towards the end of the year who's going to win the trivia. And hopefully there can be something special like a gift for the winner as the year ends. So watch that and enjoy. Now, what I want to talk about today, one thing I have to talk about, Dangote. If you're here, you already know I like talking about billionaires. I've always taught you people about different billionaires and people who have become wealthy in different ways. And we always take time to look at them. Now, today's person is Dangote. Now, this is a website that you guys can go and follow, and I'll leave this link below. It's called Billionaires Africa. Now, this is a very good website. So I use it for many different things. If you come here, if you go to the homepage, okay, the homepage is here. For example, now I've just opened a new tab so that you can see there's something I want to talk about here. But if I come back here, if you go to the homepage, you can see it talks about different stuff. Like this is a woman and relaxing women progressing well in business. Nigerian tycoon Aisha Chimungu partners with Global Petroleum Group on a $1.8 billion Grenada oil project with $8 billion potential. So sooner or later, you might be seeing this lady in the faces of Africa media and doing a lot of stuff. But apart from that, the good thing about this website is that it gives us deep stories about different people in different countries. So you can come and focus on North America, or you can come focus first on hot news, what is trending in Africa, or come and focus on North Africa, Western Central Africa, East Africa, Southern Africa. Take the time to be reading. I try and read one story per day or two if it's interesting, and just get to know what are Africans doing. You know, these are the people who are moving Africa ahead. So it's important to stay up to date with what they're saying. So if you scroll down a bit, there's some that are for paid membership, but most of them are actually for the public and it's actually free. Okay, like I've not yet paid, but so far I look like I'm moving towards the side that I'll need to pay so that I can get access to some exclusive content that they actually have here. Okay, and just to promote them, promote Africa. We normally pay for Netflix, Spotify, maybe some people pay for YouTube Premium, but we don't support our own African stuff, Showmax that are locally here and such stuff. So I want to focus on also promoting these people. So if you come down and scroll down, you can see North Africa. I believe if you're Kenyan and you're watching this, you're not really familiar with such people. Western Central Africa, we might be familiar with a few of people here like Dangote, and I want to talk about this. But at the end of the day, East Africa is what we are familiar with. Safaricom contributes $7.6 billion to the Kenyan economy. It's public. You can come and read this. Equity secures $20 million to boost financial access to Kenya's refugee region. Okay. Savannah Clinker gains edge on Bamburi Cement takeover after Amson's Holcim pullout. Okay, some people are not even familiar with who this is. Go and read it. Acorn Holdings completes $21 million green bond repayment. Okay, look at this guy. Basingo secures $42 million to boost electric mobility across sub-Saharan. Okay, we all know James Mwangi, Kenyan top banker, gains $3 million. Okay, that's nearly 390 million Kenya shillings from Equity Group Investments. Okay, so come and read about this interesting stuff. Heineken's attempt to block $13 million payment to Kenyan tycoon Ngugi Kiuna fails. Okay, sorry for the guy. Suresh Bagwaji Shah stake on I&M surges $36 million. These are movers and shakers in Africa. Come and read about these people, see what happens. So come, pay attention to this website. Hopefully one day you'll thank me later. It's a good website I've been perusing. I haven't shared it yet, but I wanted to go through it fast so that I can understand a couple of stuff before I share it to you people. And maybe some of you may become writers on this page. Who knows? Okay. So I was talking about Dangote became 65th richest person as refinery boosts fortune to over $27 billion. Okay, his $20 billion refinery project aims to secure the nation's energy independence though political corruption, now this is rampant in Africa, threatens to undermine his efforts. His actual budget for this was actually $6 billion. Due to corruption, other things that were unforeseen, it surged almost 3 times bigger than the initial budget. So come and read on this. It's a good thing because becoming the 27th richest person in Africa is quite a big leap. If you come to Bloomberg's Billionaire Index and come here to number 65, okay, for those who know, I always share about Bloomberg's Billionaire Index tracking the top 500 richest people in the world on their net worth. So if you come to number 65 for today, is Aliko Dangote at $27 billion, and he only made $12 billion. This was made in one single day. So whenever you're here, okay, just to give you a heads up, YTD means year to date, okay? So from January 1st to if today's, when is today? If today's 28th to 28th, tomorrow it will show you year to date. So you can see Elon Musk has made 47 billion year to date, 33 billion year to date. Now, last change, what does it mean? How much he made in a single day. You can see Elon Musk just last week on Friday alone, he made about 6 billion, okay? And the day before, okay, on Thursday, Elon Musk had made about $27 billion on that single day alone. So that combined brings him to 47 billion this year so far. Okay, but my focus today was Dangote. And the good thing about this website, you can always come and click on that page, let it open up, and you can read about these billionaires. Okay, there's a lot of information that's free online here. Africa's richest person controls Dangote industry. Okay, and you can see he's big on cement, the continent's largest oil refinery, sugar, salt, oil, fertilizer, packaged foods. Okay, now you can see how his net worth surged in just a single trading day. Okay, from down here. So I'm trying to update this. Okay, from down here of $7 billion, which you can see that, I mean, for $12.7 billion, which was on the 14th of October. And one day later, okay, about a day or two later, let me show you, come here. On the 17th, you can see how his net worth more than doubled from 12 billion all the way to 27 billion from 14th to 17th. Okay, this is how long-term investments are going to make you rich. Okay, invest in a company, invest in commodities that are appreciating in value, invest in cryptocurrencies, long-term investments, invest in yourself. Okay, and in the long term, it's going to pay off. Okay, so that's Dangote. Wanted to share that, how he was able to make $12 billion in a single day. This is a big leap for African entrepreneurship. We are catching up to the global standards, and I hope you guys are running with that as well. So I wanted to share that, and also to share this page so that you guys can follow and know what is happening in Africa. So go here, read this stuff, and enjoy yourself. So now, next thing, wanted to talk about our Discord group. Okay, now this is our Discord group. If you're in it, good. If you're not yet, join it. It's our FinHub Trading Club community where we talk about the markets, look at different stuff, and I'll talk about a few stuff that are happening here. But the first thing I want to talk about was the time zones. And I talked about time zones and why this is important. I remember here we always have Forex quizzes, and my last quiz last week, this week, it was important for us to talk about time zones. I will start with a couple of questions. So just asking people, do you know the importance of time zones in Forex trading? Be honest, yes, a couple of people know. Do you know some countries change their time twice a year? So some people didn't know that. Why do you think this is important? That's why the reasons I kept. Do you know when the time zones are going to change? Some people yes, some people no. Would you like to learn about time zones change and how it will affect the market? So if you're part of the Discord community, here's the answer I'm going to share right now. If you're not part of it, join it. It's a product that we have. Here's the poster. You can see it on the screen. We just charge 1,000 bob where we give you access to information, students, and a lot of things that we normally share. Our insights on markets. When I share trades, and I'll share trades that I was sharing, when I take them, when I execute them, and after, and how to manage them and all that. So if you're not part of the group, come. We do not offer signals. It's not a signals group. It is not all that. It is just a group where we bring like-minded people together to talk about markets and all that. So now, time zones. Now, if you come here to the Forex market, okay, and this is a trade setup we'll talk about later towards the end, okay, you can get to see that it is now 10:19 Kenyan time, okay? Okay, and if you look at London, and if you look at the time in London at the moment, okay, let's refresh this. Looking at it, it is 7:20, okay? Kenyan time, it is 10:20, and London time, it is 7:20, meaning they're 3 hours behind. The London Stock Exchange Market, LSE, opens at 8 a.m. their time, okay? UTC, okay? But it opens at 11 a.m. Kenyan time at this time of the year. Last week and 6 months prior, the London Open was still opening at 8 a.m. but 10 a.m. Kenyan time, not 11, okay? What happened and why did this happen? So if you go and look at Forex Factory, over the weekend on the 27th of October, we had what we call the daylight saving time shift, especially in the European zone, okay, Switzerland, Europe, pound, UK, okay, where they had a daylight saving time change, okay. If I go to the next week, you're going to see that the US and Canada are also going to follow suit and do the same thing. Sawa. Now, this is due to the change in times and seasons. In Africa, especially Kenya, we are gifted with equal days and equal nights. But if you go to other countries like European, Antarctica, Australia, USA, different parts of the country experience different stuff, like time, where during winter they have longer nights and shorter days, and during summer they have longer days and shorter nights, depending on the time of the year and how the earth is tilted. Okay, now that's what causes these daylight times to shift. Now we're moving into a season of winter where they have longer nights and shorter days, and they change it. So when they have longer nights, their days start quite late, the lighting and all that. So they change the time. Now for us, we normally move 1 hour ahead. Okay, so we move from 10 to 11. Okay, and next in terms of London Open. Okay, and next week the US Open won't be at 4:30, but instead it will be at 5:30 p.m. That is 9:30 their time. The New York stock market opens at 9:30 a.m., which is 4:30 Kenyan time at this time. But next week, once the time zones shift, it's going to be 1 hour ahead, which is 5:30. And we always do this twice a year. So half a year we have when London Open is at 10 a.m. and New York Open is at 4:30 Kenyan time. And then the rest of the year we have when the London Open is at 11 a.m. Kenyan time and 5:30 p.m. Kenyan time. So if you're not familiar with it, come here to details, click on it, and just come here and read. Happens twice a year. They're moved 1 hour backwards, meaning us we move ahead because them they move backward, okay? And that's what happens. So you can come here, read, come click on it, full details here, come and click here and find the reason why it shifts, the reason if you're not familiar with it. US here as well. So we normally have this twice a year. So the next daylight shift will be on March 9th, 2025. So, okay, so it's usually from November to March to November. So November to March, we have winter time, and March to November, we have summertime. So that's why you're seeing the times. Next week, this is going to have changed, okay? It's going to change next week. Because now we're going to 11, here they're going to 3, meaning they're 7 hours behind. But next week, they'll be 8 hours behind. Cool. I hope you've understood a thing or two on that one. My next thing that I wanted to talk about, my take on elections. So if you come here to our Discord group, there's something I shared not too long ago. Here. Okay. I was sharing an Instagram post that we had talked about it was a short clip from our podcast that we had shared. Okay. And we were talking about the elections. Okay. And just hear my personal view of the markets in the next 3 months. It is important for me to share it here as well. Elections will bring volatility to the stock market, which includes the indices. Okay, so people who trade the indices, things like US 30, US 100, US 500, which is the Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and the S&P 500. Markets are going to be very, very volatile in the next coming months. Why? Because these are indices that are strongly related in the US market. Okay, so during US markets, elections, of course, these are things that are going to be affected. I see the stock market dropping during the month of November as investors move their money to safe havens. Safe havens like gold, US dollar, Japanese yen, and maybe to cryptocurrencies as well. So, and we look at that on the market because we've been seeing the dollar quite surging for the past couple of days. here. And safe haven is when now you start seeing these markets moving. So since we bottomed here as October began, so you can see here, end of September 30th, we started getting a bullish run. So the whole of November, markets have been having a bullish run on the dollar. So dollar has been it became a safe haven for the markets. In terms of structure, in terms of fundamental, it's all been working perfectly well. You can see here we had a downtrend, which we had a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, a new low. Then we had a break of structure. You can see this BOS level. We broke structure and market has been moving up ever since. So fundamentally makes sense. We're a safe haven. We're moving into the dollar as people become more secure and safeguarding their interests and investments. Second thing, break of structure, technically, it's also been working perfectly. We got a break of structure, markets has been moving to the bullish side. So thereafter, I still see a surge of the stock markets post-elections. This will be a great time to trade the bullish trend. Okay, so as much as I see the month of November, we see markets falling, because of uncertainty, I still see we're in an environment of low interest rates. I still see a lot of things happening, and I came and talked about it here. Remember, we're in an environment of interest rates moving lower and inflation under control. This is bullish data for traders, as can be seen and being reflected in the markets. These are my opinions, not financial advice. As a trader, I might be heavily bullish today, but if information changes tomorrow, I will be heavily bearish, okay? As the saying goes, and this was said by the legendary Peter L. Brandt, strong opinions, weakly held. So what are your thoughts on this? And people came and shared their thoughts on that. And moving forward, just to share something else, here under my page on market structure, I came and talked about a few more other stuff. These days, doing my research, I usually use ChatGPT a lot. It's helpful, especially for data. For those who do not, I tell you to begin. So this is what I asked the ChatGPT. How has the stock market performed with a focus on US 30, US 100, and US 500 during USA elections for the past 25 years? And this was a breakdown of what it gave me. And I won't go through it today because it shared a lot. If you're part of the community, I share this stuff and I'm sure you've read it. If you're not, join us and I'll be sharing this. If not, it's not hard also. Just go take this question I've asked, ask ChatGPT and see the data it gives you, okay? But the good thing, if you're part of this community, I tend to help you break it down and understand what it actually means. So read up a kidogo of what you can pause the video, see what you can see, but the rest of it, join our community or ask ChatGPT. I cannot spin food you on everything, go do your thing. But if you join here, I'll help you further. So those are sort of my things that I'm looking at, and that's why I was still looking at volatility in the market. There were a couple of trades that I was looking at, okay? And as I was looking at trades, it's also important to share elections. As they're looking at elections, there's this podcast I was trying to listen to kidogo. I haven't finished, but still has a lot to say. Not the biggest, most interesting person to listen to all the time, but anyway, it's a video that was just posted on Saturday, on 26th, and it's garnered about 33 billion, I'm used to billions, 33 million views in the past 1.5 or let's say 2 days, and it's garnered quite that reputation, and I also saw it trending sort of on Twitter as well. So you can pay attention to it. This is marketing, PR stuff before elections. But the good thing why I came here to share this is that podcasting is also a good avenue that is really, really moving the industry a lot. Okay? It's the new media for truth, if you try and listen to it. Why? Because it's raw. It's not like news media outlets where you find there are many cuts, okay? There are edits that have been done, there are commercial breaks, there's a script, okay? So if you don't favor the script, they'll cut it or not even air it, okay? I don't know. They just talk about different stuff. On a personal level, there was an interview a couple of months ago I went and did at Citizen. And it was a good, big place, cameras all over, people there, did a video, recorded and all that, and it was done well. But they never posted it, they never aired it, tried following up with them. Anyway, story for another day. So you can see how media, if you're not moving with their agenda, they don't post it or they don't do anything with it. But when it comes to podcasting and why I like it and why it's the new media for especially the Gen Zs and the new generation, it's the alpha generation. It's because it's raw and you listen to someone from start to end properly. It's unedited and clipped. Of course, there's some podcasts which they can edit out a few stuff. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's not to push a certain agenda. What I say is what I say, okay? So you can watch it. If not, just pay attention to our podcast. Come listen to our podcast. It's much shorter. It's not 3 hours. We just keep it short and simple and straight to the point. So back here, let's talk about the markets a bit and the trades I was looking at. So as I said, safe havens, the dollar. Now I was looking at the indices to really surge. Now I shared here an analysis. You can see the gold first. Let's start with gold. Let me not jump gold. Gold, safe haven, like I've just mentioned. Its market has been soaring, moving higher and higher low, okay, to the upside. So just forming bullish trends. I shared this trade setup. I think I talked about it a couple of weeks ago. If I come here, did I share it here? Let me see. I shared it here exactly at my entry. I shared that I've taken this trade on gold. The way we were patient, I waited for a good entry. Now this was after profits taken on this one, made about 8% return on my personal account, 4% on prop firms. This trade on gold, but let me show you the entry. Now notice one thing, I took an exit on the 17th of October 17th at, you can see that time, 5:40 p.m. That was just after New York Open, okay? The date I took that entry was here. So you can see I kept an update of breaking even. I can say here I broke even. I'm still on gold with pips, 300 pips moving towards that level. So here I sure I'd already broken even. I was just updating people. And then, no, I think here I'd already broken even here. I broke even on gold with the trade I shared yesterday. So here, I think that one was just keeping an update. So it's important to keep update as well. So here, good evening. So you can see here first, at the end of the day, entry is important. Entries at the end of the day is what is critical. Remember, if you are right on direction and wrong on timing, you will lose in the end, okay? So this is when I shared the idea setup. You can notice this was on the 9th of October, okay? And got my entry on the 10th of October, okay? At 4 p.m. exactly after I opened here. You can see here, 4 p.m., 10th of October is when I share this entry after this confirmation of markets starting to move to the upside, breaking internal structure, some small structure that can be seen there in the market, breaking that, and that's when I took my entry looking for long-term trends to the upside, okay? And a couple of people here, you can see my good friend Jose also jumped in and all that, and we ran that trade. Now another trade setup after that gold setup I came and shared was here. Okay, share this today's market analysis. So I did a private video analysis for my students and shared this NASDAQ 100 and S&P 500. You can see here I had a flag pattern support level that was looking for an entry at this lower level. Okay, you can see that exact level around the 20,000 mark, okay, on the US 100, the NASDAQ. And on this one, you can see I even told them I was looking for an entry much lower. I wasn't looking for it here, but much lower here at support. So, and what happened to those trades is what I want us to look at after. I can see this one came exactly there. Look at that price, 20,000. It came a bit lower to 20,950 thereabout, and then bounced back up. You can see targets were hit, and US 500 targets haven't been hit, but markets actually came to that support level I was looking for an entry to the upside, and markets have been moving like that ever since. Okay, I can see how they reached target quite beautifully all the way to that point. However, I didn't get an entry on this trade. Market came quickly. It was 9 p.m. I remember it was at night, and quickly bounced off markets. That's what I call a spring bounce from the market, from that level where you don't get time for entry, don't get time for all that. The next thing you find, market is already up here and already went. Okay, I can't start chasing the market up here and saying, let me just get a small entry just because I'd analyzed it. No, at the end of the day, risk management and risk reward is paramount. Okay, so I didn't get that entry, but there were still good trades on this too. Then I came and shared another trade setup that I had and that I executed. This is when I came and said the spring rejection. I didn't get a good entry on this one and all that, but I had I didn't pay attention, especially to the 1 hour. You can see here's what the 1 hour signal was, and this is what I was telling people: learn from my lesson. So learn from what I teach you here. Be quick and on your feet. This was a very good signal. I didn't pay attention to it on the 1 hour, where I use it to get my entries. I was really focused on the 4 hour, especially after that strong fall. I was waiting for a good confirmation, which market didn't give me vizuri. But if I paid attention to the 1 hour, you can see this flag pattern. Look at that rejection. That was a perfect entry, and this trade worked in, I think, within a day or two. You are in and out of this trade with a good 2%. 2% on $100,000 account is $2,000. So I missed out on that one. And here I came and talked about who's watching US 30, and I got a trade on US 30 here. So you can see something similar. It's a third trend line bounce. 61.8 Fibonacci, S3, equidistance, support level, and I was looking, and that candlestick rejection. So I was looking for this one to continue surging. Now, this is a lesson I want to teach you guys, both my students and anyone who's watching publicly. This is public information, which will help you prevent yourself from losing quite some money. So when I took this trade, at the point of entry, the data was good. It was quite bullish data, but something happened along the way, and this is something I want you guys to pay attention to, and this is why I also focus a lot on trading the New York session. Okay, now if I come to US 30, at that point of entry, okay, here we go, at my point of entry here, somewhere here, after that candlestick formation, I was looking for markets to surge higher. Around there, looking for about 2.5% return. And what happened during the day, markets came and fell. Okay, markets fell to the downside, and then we're still rejecting support level. You can see we have not yet broken support level. So I saw another rejection, and markets were still holding up quite fine. Okay, but as markets came up, okay, the next day, I believe this was on Friday now, as markets started coming back up, I started noticing momentum wasn't building up. Okay, unlike Nasdaq and US 500, which were, Nasdaq was already at target and even soared higher. US 500 was sort of nearing the target, but I wasn't getting into it. But market started reducing momentum. Now, if I go to the 1 hour chart, I had a resistance level that I was watching. Okay, okay, let me remove one of these. Is the original that I had when I was trading. I think it's that one. Okay, here. So you can see here I had a resistance level, and I think I deleted it here. Okay, so I had this small resistance level on the 1 hour chart. Now, if you notice on the 1 hour chart, we're creating lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower high. Okay, so when market got to this level, and what time was that? Look at the time. Time is important, guys. Time is very important. That's 4 p.m. So within 4 p.m. when New York session opened, market surged up but failed to get momentum. What happened to the next hour? Sort of surged up again but failed to get momentum again. That was an indication that this is not a good trade to continue running with. Okay, this was a trade you want to be out of and break even if you're already in this trade. The data had changed. You remember what I was saying earlier on? I can be heavily bullish today, but tomorrow if the information changes, I'm heavily bearish. Okay, so I didn't turn on this trade and start saying, let me execute a short trade. No, come out of that trade, break even. If your markets are already down here, remember mine were a bit down, cut your losses, take your loss, step out and let it be. Okay, so learn from my mistakes. This is not actually a mistake. I can't say it's a mistake because it's something that helped me prevent a big loss. Okay, it's just don't prevent taking trades. Take trades, but if the information changes, do not fight with the market saying, I hope now. Anytime you start hearing yourself saying, I hope this market works, I hope we just go up, but you're already seeing this bearish information, then that, my friend, you're already doing the wrong thing. So that's what happened with this trade. Didn't work out as perfectly as the others. You can see Nasdaq. Okay, and I'm sure most of you have experienced this. The trades you take are the ones which sort of disturb a bit. The trades you don't take are the ones which go perfectly. Don't even give that re-entry. Kauli hata. Hati kuambi, okay, tumekurudia, let's enter. No. Okay, that's what happened with this one, and that's what happened last week. So this week, I don't have much yet. Okay. Today's video isn't a market analysis. I wanted to give you guys sort of an idea of what was happening last week. and what we've been doing in the markets and what I'm watching. So I'll bring an update. These days I focus on doing market analysis for the FTC community. Okay, what I want to watch this week, what I'm paying attention to, and here on YouTube I'll be coming and doing the recap of how the trade actually worked, how much money I made, if I lost, if like today they have shared I lost on the US 30, which is fine. Last week I won on the US, on the gold, so it's sort of a balance in the market. It's just how you manage your risk depending on the risk percentage you actually execute. So hope you've enjoyed that one, and like I said, there's going to be a free giveaway, so let's get straight to that. So yes guys, welcome to the giveaway. Like I said, there'll be a giveaway towards the end, and here it is. So if you've been our follower, been paying attention to what I say, then the reward is going to be yours. If you haven't been paying attention, if you haven't been watching our previous videos, then this might be quite a difficult one for you to get. So first things first, follow our Instagram channel and also subscribe here. Why on Instagram? Because there's another giveaway that is going to be given there, and there are others that are going to be given here. So if you want to win this one on YouTube, make sure you've subscribed, and I'm going to ask a few questions. The first person to get this right is going to get the free giveaway. So what is a giveaway? So on today's giveaway, it's our t-shirt. If you've seen our F-Hub t-shirt, I've worn it. Ken in our last podcast also wore it. It's written Financial Hub here, and behind it's written revolutionizing the Forex industry. And if you believe that, and if you want to be part of that growth in the Forex industry, not only in Kenya, but Africa as a whole, then this t-shirt is for you. So now, some of you might ask, do we sell these t-shirts? Do we do that? For now, no. This is a personal, it's merchandise that is basically for a small group of people who are taking Forex trading seriously. Okay, so if I ask these questions and you get answers to it, it means you actually listen to what we say and you're following us behind. So you only need to be rewarded to get that t-shirt because you've been a good follower of ours and you also understand the Forex market. Okay, if not, we are starting a new program. Like I said, next year we're starting a new program of very few people, very exclusive. We're going to change things up at our office, at functions, events. We're going to change things up, and only those people will get access to the t-shirts. So we don't sell our t-shirts to the public, we keep it to the few. We are not we didn't start a merchandising business where we're creating t-shirts and selling. We're not in the business of that. Our business is trading. So we want to give these t-shirts for free to those people who will come and join that exclusive group that I'll be talking about later on before the year ends. And if you join that, you're going to get access to that and much more. So today's quiz, okay? 1, be a subscriber. That's number 1. Then I have 3 questions. Why do I have 2 pairs of each pair that I trade? If you go look at the video, if you just go back a bit, I normally have 2. You can see I have like gold, there are 2 of them. I have US 30, there are 2 of them. US 100 and NASDAQ, 2 of them. US 500, 2 of them. And then if you look at the rest, I have my trading pairs there, Euro, GBP, USD CAD, and Aussie dollar. Then if you look down there, I have something written perspective. Okay, same USD CAD, Euro, GBP, and like that. Why do I have 2 pairs? Okay, why do I have 2 markets of each pair? Okay, why do I have 2 markets of each pair? So that's question 1. Question 2, why do I mostly trade London and New York session? Why? Okay, those are the only sessions I trade. I don't trade Sydney and I don't trade Australian. Why do I trade only London and New York session? So, and the last one, and this is a funny one, what is my dream car? Okay, my students and can easily get this, my students who have been part of us, so that's an advantage. Okay, but if not, if you're not familiar with what my dream car, I'll give you a hint. If you've been watching our videos, it's in, if you've seen my journal pass by, or if I've done a video on a journal, there's a car that I normally have. There are normally 2 of them. So if you've seen that car, then you know which car I'm looking forward to having in the near future. So get those 3 answers, subscribe, and you're going to get this free giveaway. So answer in the comments below, participate. If you don't know, better luck next time. V2C free, okay? But anyway, hope you've enjoyed that, and wait for the giveaway. I'm looking forward to seeing your stuff, and enjoy our trivias that we've been doing as well. So hope that was a good way to start your week. Hope you've watched our podcast and continue waiting for more content that will be coming soon. So I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one. Peace.